Hey everyone, welcome back. So, are you ready for a deep dive?
Always. What are we looking at today?
Today we're going to be tackling some pretty powerful ideas, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We're going to be taking excerpts from this text called Reward Always Comes After Fear Not.
Okay.
And I think it's safe to say this isn't your typical self-help stuff.
No, I mean, that title alone is already kind of intriguing, right? Reward always comes after fear not. So what? Like, face your fears and good things will happen.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the gist, but it goes so much deeper than that. We're really going to try to explore this connection between overcoming fear and what we can achieve, what might be waiting for us on the other side, sort of, what can we unlock within ourselves when we stop letting fear hold us back.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think a lot of times we can get so caught up in our fears that we don't even realize the potential we have.
Absolutely.
It's like fear becomes this wall that we build around ourselves.
Exactly, yeah. And this text, it kind of gives us a framework for breaking down those walls. So one of the first things it points out is this really interesting pattern in the Bible. It calls it the fear not pattern.
Okay, the fear not pattern.
Yeah, and it's kind of wild, right? It's like whenever you see those two words pop up, fear not.
Like a signal?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a signal that something amazing is about to happen, like a signpost pointing towards, something incredible.
Okay, so it's like a trigger with a reward, you're saying?
You could say that, yeah. Like, think about Abram, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Bible, he's the guy God promised would have more descendants than stars in the sky.
Yeah, tons of kids, right.
Right, but here's the thing. Abram is old, and Sarah, his wife, can't have children. So, like, humanly speaking, it seems totally impossible.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big hurdle to overcome.
Exactly. But even in the face of that impossible situation, God says to Abram, "Fear not, Abram, I am your shield, your very great reward."
So it's like even when things seem completely hopeless,
God's like, hold on, trust me, something amazing is coming.
don't let fear get in the way.
Yeah, exactly. Don't let fear block it. And it's not just Abram, right? This pattern, this fear not pattern, pops up all over the Bible.
Oh, so there are other examples.
Tons of them. Think about Mary, right? About to become the mother of Jesus. An angel appears to her. And what are the first words out of its mouth?
Fear not.
Fear not, exactly. Or the shepherds, remember them, terrified by this whole heavenly host appearing before them.
Oh, yeah, angels singing and all that.
Exactly. Totally freaked out. And guess what they hear?
Fear not, right? I'm seeing the pattern here.
It's like this cosmic reassurance that even when things seem really scary, even when things are completely outside of our comfort zones, incredible things are possible.
If we can just get past that initial fear.
Exactly. If we could push through that fear, that initial, oh my gosh, what's going on kind of reaction.
And that's where faith comes in, right?
Yeah. This text, it's not just about ignoring fear,
No, it's about something more.
It's about choosing faith instead. It's about trusting in something bigger than ourselves, trusting that there's a greater plan at work, even when we can't see it, even when things seem uncertain or even a little scary.
I mean, we all experience that in our own lives. There are those moments when you have to take a leap of faith, even when you're terrified.
Absolutely. All the time.
Yeah.
And, it can be so hard because our natural instinct is to avoid things that scare us, right?
Hmm.
But this text, it encourages us to actually lean into that fear, to confront it, to almost like befriend it.
Because on the other side of that fear,
Yeah, there's something better waiting.
there's growth, there's reward, there's potential, there's all of these things that we don't even know are possible. And you know what's really interesting? The rewards, they aren't always what we might expect.
Right.
It's not always about suddenly, winning the lottery or becoming famous or anything like that.
Yeah, sometimes it's more internal.
Right, exactly. Sometimes the reward is something much deeper. It's a sense of inner peace that we find.
Absolutely.
Or maybe we find the courage to make a really difficult decision that we've been putting off.
Yeah, or it could be like, a stronger connection to your faith, to God, to something bigger than yourself.
Exactly. It's about those things that truly enrich our lives, those things that really matter in the long run.
That really resonates with me. Like, I remember a few years ago, I was absolutely terrified to quit my job.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was a good job, secure, but I was miserable. I just knew deep down that I wasn't meant to be there anymore. And I had this idea for starting my own business.
Wow.
It was terrifying. It was a huge leap of faith. And I was paralyzed by fear, like, what if I fail? What if I can't make it work? What if I lose everything? But, I kept coming back to this idea.
I had a business.
Yeah, and this idea of like, what if I don't try? What if I let fear dictate my entire life?
So you took the leap.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I quit my job. And it was the scariest thing I've ever done, honestly. But, it was also the most rewarding. Starting my own business has been, it's been a roller coaster, don't get me wrong.
Oh, I bet.
But I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's pushed me to grow in ways I never could have imagined. It's given me this sense of purpose and fulfillment that I never had before. And I truly believe that if I had let fear hold me back.
You wouldn't be where you are today.
Exactly. And that's what's so powerful about this whole fear not idea.
It's a reminder that we all have the power to choose.
We can choose to stay stuck in our comfort zones, letting fear run the show. Or we can choose to step outside of those comfort zones and embrace the unknown.
And trust that something amazing is waiting for us on the other side of that fear.
So for everyone listening right now, think about your own life for a second. What fears are holding you back?
Yeah, what's that one thing that you've been putting off because it just seems too scary, Maybe it's having that difficult conversation that you need to have. Or maybe it's starting that new project that you've been dreaming of. Or maybe it's, just something small, like trying a new hobby or taking a class.
It could be anything, but I think the key takeaway here is that fear not isn't just a nice saying.
No, it's more than that.
It's a call to action.
It's an invitation to really examine those fears, to see them for what they are, and then to make a conscious choice to move forward in spite of them.
Yeah, to choose faith over fear and see what amazing things might happen as a result. Because you never know, the very thing you're most afraid of might actually be the key to unlocking your greatest potential.
That's a really powerful thought, something to think about.
So the next time you feel that fear creeping in, remember those two words, fear not. Take a deep breath, trust the journey, and see what amazing rewards might be waiting for you on the other side.
And, I think it's worth asking ourselves this question. What if the thing that we're most afraid of, what if that thing, that very thing, is actually the doorway to the life we've always dreamed of?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.
See you then.